All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the very first episode of Around the Paddock. I'm your host, Seb, and alongside me is your co-host, Nico. And listen, we've got your VIP paddock passes to all things F1 related from this past week. You know, it's a new season, brand new regulations, we got brand new cars being unveiled. So Nico and I thought, what the hell? What's another F1 podcast gonna hurt? So here we are. Thank you, everybody, for joining us on this first episode and hopefully on this journey that we're all going to take in the wonderful world of F1. Nico, just want to hop right into the formation lap because I know I can just keep going and not stop talking about this. But what you got for us?
Well, the first thing I think we should talk about is Christian Horner's amazing play at getting into the Mercedes factory by paying $5,000, it seems, on a charity event. You know, what an absolute troll he is.
Yeah, you think...
No, absolutely.
You tell us more about that, because I did kind of read a little bit into it. But yeah, I just know that he paid money for charity, and now he gets to take a tour of Mercedes.
It seems like dear old Christian Horner took the factory tour right out of the hands of a poor, young German child, using all that Red Bull money to get a good view on the competition for next season. I have to admire the man for the opportunity that he the opportunity he took, for the chances this man's taking.
Dude, $5,000 is probably like nothing for Red Bull too. So
$5,000 is probably how much they spend on food in like one day in Monaco.
So what are the odds you think that that Mercedes factory is going to be like a trip to North Korea it's going
to be an absolute Pakentum City style factory tour. Everything's going to be fake cardboard. Everything's just going to be a nice little facade of Mercedes 2012, 2013.
You think Toto is gonna be the one to lead the tour?
Absolutely. I don't think Toto would ever let Christian Horner into a factory by himself, or even with his employees.
Dude, the funny thing is I can actually see Christian Horner having that little that grin he gets when that Drive to Survive evil villain grin.
Yeah.
When it was announced that he actually won the the auction.
No, I absolutely it's gonna be I absolutely guarantee he was just laughing while doing it.
What do you think Mercedes is gonna do to?
Oh, they're gonna show him They're just going to show him the lobby, maybe the washroom, maybe where they have the water cooler, and that's it.
No, I meant what if Toto goes up to George and he's like, George, we need you to do the first task as a Mercedes driver. You're going to break into the Red Bull headquarters.
No, I think rather they're just going to get dear old Albon, since he's with Williams now, who's a Mercedes engine partner. They're just going to go up to Albon and be like, so, tell us everything you know. Maybe that's the motivation. Maybe because Albon's now with a Mercedes engine supply partner, they told Horner tried to do what he did.
Okay. Yeah, well, that's definitely one hell of a way to start the year, and I imagine more than one desks were smashed when that news came out. But actually, speaking of Horner and Red Bull, I know you wanted to talk a little bit about Oracle being the new Red Bull title partner, which is actually kind of funny because I didn't expect it to come out like that. That kind of caught me off guard.
No, yeah, I'm so actually surprised how much tech companies aren't really in F1, considering it's pretty much a sport of all analytics and data. I'm gonna be really hopeful that Oracle, with their giant cloud servers and their just massive expertise on enterprise software, they're just gonna be able to develop massive simulations for each race to develop an ideal an ideal strategy. Race to race.
Oh, that was super tech. But okay, kind of break it down a little bit more for the audience, I guess, in terms of how you think that these kind of software and data analytics companies can actually give an impact, I guess, because it's a partnership worth $500 million US. So it's not a small partnership.
No, absolutely not. I think Oracle's going to get their money's worth out of it, honestly. Not just in ads, but I think Oracle has now the opportunity to take a real world vehicle, and with all of the telemetry that F1 cars have, they have to be able to know basically exactly what the car is doing at all times to be able to run just full simulations around every single type of track, and be able to determine if it's raining. Like, to take an example, if it's Monza, right? If one of the fastest tracks, if not the fastest track, actually,
Yeah, it's the Temple of Speed.
it is the Temple of Speed. They'll be able to see if it's raining, right? Like if the concrete has an X percentage of rain on it. What's a better strategy? If they should go on softs, if they should go on hards, if they should go on intermediates or wets. I think that's probably what Oracle's going to be getting out of it. And it's going to be a massive payoff for Red Bull.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's I mean, I definitely agree that the whole data analytics department in Formula 1 is huge, and like you say, I imagine a lot more tech companies are going to start looking into maybe partnering with big F1 teams, because it does sound like a good opportunity, like a good practical opportunity to apply the softwares and the analytics measures to a real life car, like you say, with multiple conditions, changing conditions, different tires, different strategies. So
yeah, and I'm honestly surprised bigger tech companies like Microsoft or Google don't just straight out buy teams. I mean, what's called an energy drink company has a team, and it's one of the most competitive
Google
cars.
racing team. Actually, hold on to that one for the cool down lap at the end. But I do have a question to ask you where that might actually come into play a little bit more.
Yeah, sounds good.
But then real quick, I just wanted to mention that it came out that Lando signed a 4-year contract extension with McLaren. So you can definitely tell that that Zach Brown and the team is looking at Lando for, the near future and maybe even the long-term future.
Yeah.
I saw that if he races till the end of 2025, he'd pass David Coulthard for the most race starts by a McLaren driver.
Damn.
So, and he'll still be mad young by the time that finishes. So
yeah. No, I'm not surprised he signed a 4-year contract with McLaren. He's done really well over there, and I'm sure Zach Brown probably paid him a ton of money to stay.
I mean, it's like with Aston Martin. It's easy to get your son to stay on the team, right? So,
no, yeah, it's true, and it reminds me a lot of the contract that what's it called, Leclerc signed. It's also I think a 4-year contract, eh?
Yeah, I think it's like a 4 or 5 year contract. Yeah,
which are a bit rarer in F1. You don't have to see that. You tend to see 1 or 2 year contracts.
Well, that's the thing with the new generation too, though. You have all these new drivers that joined F1 at a really young age, and they're obviously really skilled. So I can imagine teams are snapping them up. Verstappen getting a long-term contract at Red Bull if they manage to pull it off with these new regulations. I can see that too, right?
No, yeah.
George and Mercedes
is probably going to get a 4-year contract. Actually, wait, no. George and Mercedes is probably going to continue to get 1 or 2 year contracts.
Oh, you think they're going to do to George what they did to Valtteri?
I think they're going to do to George what they did to Valtteri for the exact reason they did it to Valtteri, which was to keep him competitive.
Yeah, but okay, yeah, but how well did that work? Even he said it was a horrible marketing strategy. Oh, not marketing strategy, but it was just a horrible strategy overall.
No, yeah,
because the man couldn't focus on anything except securing his immediate future. So,
yeah, no. I think they probably wouldn't have learned, though, personally, from the whole Valtteri situation. I think they're probably just going to continue to do it. Yeah, unless something they lose George, because they didn't really lose Valtteri. If they lose George because of it, I think they might change their ways, but it's worked out for them so far.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was easy to keep Valtteri when the team was dominating and they stood a chance of winning the championship. Whether that happens if Mercedes isn't as competitive, then that's a whole different story.
No, yeah.
All right. Okay.
And then on the last bit of news, it seems Vettel's going back to the classic German flag helmet, eh?
He what?
Vettel is going back to a classic German flag helmet, eh?
Oh, the white helmet with the German stripes. Actually, that's kind of where we got the idea to put our helmet artwork for for the podcast artwork with the Colombian stripes. So
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad to see it back. I
Yeah,
think
no.
it's one of the more iconic helmets alongside Senna's, Schumacher's. I would even put Lewis's Darth Vader-esque helmet.
Yeah,
as
that was
like,
a pretty iconic helmet.
yeah, no, that one was awesome with the black and the purple.
Yeah,
I
although
mean,
I'm surprised you're leaving out the best helmet design ever, which is, of course, Mazepin's Golden Lion on red.
moving on to the main race.
How can you not agree?
No, I'm kidding. It was cool. It was cool, but to call it iconic, give it a couple more spins. Years.
Years.
Let's move on to the main race now, though, and the main topic that we want to cover, and that's the fact that the teams have finally started revealing their liveries for this season. So we have got a couple of teams that have already revealed their cars, and well, 2 teams that revealed their cars, and then 2 other teams that revealed concepts of the new liveries.
Yeah.
So we got Haas, Red
Ooh,
Bull, or
yeah.
otherwise known as Oracle Red Bull now,
Yeah.
Aston Martin,
Are you gonna
and
get
McLaren.
So you go for Oracle Red Bull, but you don't dare say Aston Martin's full name. Shame. Shame.
You're right. Let me redo that.
Mm-hmm.
So we got Haas, we got Red Bull, we got Aston Martin, and we got McLaren.
Wow. So you don't dare say Aston Martin
Cognizant. Aston Martin Cognizant.
Wait, that's not all of it though. It's Cognizant. Saudi Aramco or
Aramco.
Yeah, Aramco.
Yeah, no, I'll stick with Aston Martin. Just let's just make it easier on everybody.
Wait.
But okay, we got those 4 teams though.
Yeah.
Start us off. Which one you want to talk about?
Well,
what
we
you
have
think
to
was the nicest looking livery?
Oh, the nicest one
car.
is Aston Martin's. 100% Aston Martin's green. Their whole new chassis design. It's absolutely beautiful.
It reminds me of a lemon lime drink.
It reminds me of the hunt
to refresh yourself, and it was a refreshment for my eyes to see that new livery in that car
with those fish gill on the side.
Shark gill, hoo ha ha.
Not shark gill, fish gill.
Okay, well, I thought they were shark. I call them shark gills. Like, aren't shark fish anyways?
Yeah.
So
yeah. I was thinking like clownfish personally, but yeah.
No, I thought the Aston Martin was really, really beautiful looking.
Yeah.
Was really cool to see the car as well, to be honest, just because at that point we hadn't seen a car reveal. Aston Martin was the first car reveal of the different teams. I've read that it might not necessarily be the car that's going to be in Barcelona for the first testing session. There might be some changes made to it, but it definitely got a lot of people talking on the shape, on the different components of the front wing, the cooling ducts. So I mean, I know you were showing me that one aerodynamic engineer that was kind of talking about it. I don't know if you ended up watching any more of that explanation about how the aerodynamics works on it.
Not much more. I tried skipping to the end of the video, seeing if he gave a general review, but didn't really go into
who was it that gave the video? It'd be cool to give him a shout out, because it was definitely an interesting video. But I'll let you look for it while I'll kind of talk a little bit more about what I think, because we don't want to leave anybody hanging here around the paddock. Don't want to leave anybody left in the paddock somewhere where we can't find them.
We'll also try to put the link in the show notes. Anything we reference.
Yeah, it'll be in the show notes if you guys want to watch it too afterwards. But in terms of the Aston Martin, I mean, I've always been a fan of that Aston Martin green color. I do like those kind of line colored stripes that they sort of added, and the shark gills I find kind of interesting. I've never really seen that in an F1 car before, and I remember reading a couple of months ago, it was a Reddit post, right? But I remember reading that there were 1 or 2 teams that had supposedly discovered some kind of, like some kind of secret about how to get past the regs or how to get an advantage with the new regulations.
Yeah.
They didn't say who the teams were, but just kind of seeing those gills in the Aston Martin gives me a little bit of hope that maybe they were one of those teams that might have found something, that could give them the advantage. Because
Yeah,
I mean,
but
you know me,
yeah,
I'm an Aston Martin fan, especially for this season. I want to see
yeah,
Seb win a few races or be in the podium. So
yeah. But what at least I don't know yet is because I think Haas and Red Bulls were just renders over the generic car. Um, I really don't have a really good idea to like what extent like Haas's final car is going to look like, because like you said before, like these might not be the same cars that they ship out to Barcelona. So while I agree with you, and I think Aston Martin definitely found something in the regulations, um, who knows? Maybe Haas did as well. Um, Also, just to give a shout out, the video was Kyle Engineering's.
Kyle Engineering's, shouts out to Kyle. He's it used to be an aerodynamics engineer for Mercedes, I think, or something.
Yeah, Mercedes for I think 3 years.
Yeah, so it's a cool video. We'll put it in the show notes so you can check it out. And since you were actually speaking of Haas, and I know you're kind of, putting your support into Haas for this season after the last couple of years that they've had.
Yeah.
I noticed that the body of the Haas, at least compared to the Aston Martin and McLaren, when you see the top down, it's a lot different. Like, it's a curvy boy,
Yeah, it is a curvy boy. I think
very
it looks
thin front nose.
Yeah, very weird. I prefer the Aston Martin front nose over the Haas front nose personally.
I saw the video of the Aston Martin on track, and the front nose, it looks weird. It looks like some of the older cars. The front nose was a little bit more elevated off the ground.
I think they have to do that though for the ground effects to work, right? Because if you're scooping out all the air so close to the ground, there's going to be no air to go into the skirt underneath. So they have to keep it a bit more elevated so air actually gets into the undercar.
Yeah, no, that makes total sense. It was just kind of a weird sight after you get so used to the low front wings that seeing one that's a little bit higher. It just reminded me of some of the older Red Bulls, I guess.
Yeah.
But hey, those were the Red Bulls that I think Seb won his championships with. So again, I keep saying it gives me a little bit of hope, right?
Yeah. No,
I'm hanging in there with that hope.
Yeah, you are. Another Vettel victory.
Another Vettel victory, and then 9 other Vettel victims. Or well, I guess I should say 20. There's 19 others because there's 20 racers, 9 teams. But.
Yeah. Well, let's actually talk about who's actually going to win the World Drivers and Constructors Championship. Haas.
Okay, tell us why. Tell us why you think that this car rendering with no DRS wing flap.
Hey, none of the cars have DRS on the rendered car. Neither did Aston Martin or Red Bulls. Just saying. No, I think Haas is probably going to do really well. They put 2 years of development in the car. It looks like aesthetically looks pretty nice, but the thing is like they do seem to be very different from the Aston Martin. They do seem to be a bit different from the McLarens, and I think that, like you were saying with Aston Martin, that there was a team or two that had found something. Being that Haas's car looks so different gives me a little bit of hope that maybe Haas's engineer over 2 years of development found something or some way to really optimize the car.
Yeah, it's kind of funny how biases work in general, eh?
Yeah.
we both have these teams that we support and are somehow able to find the opportunity that they were the ones who figured it out.
No, yeah, but no, I think Haas definitely has a good chance. Regardless of the fact, I don't think there's a chance of them doing worse than they did last year. I don't think
worse than 0.
You can't do worse than 0. I mean, you can't do worse than one of your racers literally being 21st of 20.
Yeah, but I mean, you go up against Giga Kubica.
Yeah, it's true.
And Robert he's gonna get your number every single time.
Yeah, Robert is a dangerous man. I agree. But
plus,
no,
he's Polish, right?
Yeah,
these guys are hard dudes. So
yeah, it's true. But no, I think Haas is going to do really well. Like, they put 2 years of development. I think they're not like Gunter would never allow them to have another bad year like they did after like having put in so much time and effort. So, at the very least, mid pack. Hopefully, their driver championship. Plus, they have that new Ferrari engine.
Well, yeah, that was the other thing I was gonna say. The Ferrari engine would probably make a big difference if it is as good as everybody's saying it is. I will just kind of also say about the Haas, and funny because we're talking about it right after the Aston Martin, but the livery, and I mean, I know I told you this already, but I wasn't the biggest fan of the way it looks. I just thought it was too similar to the way it looked last year, and it looks very clean. I'll give it that. It looks very clean with the white, but it also does just look a little bit uninspired to me.
I agree it's a bit uninspired, but I think it's actually much nicer than last year's. It's definitely one of the nicer ones. And I think that's mostly up to not the livery itself, but the car. Like the car itself looks really nice. But it's definitely among the much like they're gonna get this year. It's very much a mid pack quality. Like if I was ranking them, it would be like around mid pack. It's definitely not the nicest liveries, but it's definitely not the worst. And it's definitely more inspired than say Red Bull's livery, which is just Red Bull's livery. And then
I was gonna just go right into that and mention that.
Yeah. And it's definitely better than Mercedes livery as well, which is just safe.
Yeah, Mercedes display safe. I mean, I think the Red Bull livery looks really good to like the base livery, which they haven't deviated from for a long time now.
Yeah.
So I guess I didn't really expect too much out of Red Bull. I thought the all yellow nose was a bit ugly, but they might still change that because I know it was just a render.
Doesn't it also say like Red Bull on the front wing? Like in big font?
Yeah, I think it does. Which is also, it would also be, I mean, for me personally, I definitely thought the all yellow nose was just kind of weird compared to the rest of the car livery. I have always really liked the like the Red Bulls, like at the top behind where the drivers are, in the engine covers basically.
Yeah.
So I mean that's always been there. I like that, but again, I guess I'm always somebody that likes it when teams might try something new. It's not always a hit. Sometimes it's a miss, and if it's a miss, I'll say what I think on it. But it would have been nice to see something a little. I guess they did do something different. They painted the front wing all yellow, so
yeah,
and wrote Red Bull on it.
Yeah, but that's still not pretty inspired. I think the Red Bull car is as nice as it is, it's so uninspired to me that it's just not an attractive car.
It's gonna be cool to see Max's car though, because he's gonna take the number 1 for the season, so it won't be 33.
It'll be 1.
It'll be 1.
Yeah. All right, and the last one is McLaren's car.
Very similar in shape to Aston Martin, I found.
Yeah, it's a bit similar, eh?
Use kind of the same philosophy, yeah. I think I think I was reading that was it the cooling ports in the back maybe or something, or the diffuser? I mean, you guys have to forgive me because I'm not the most technical person to begin with. I just sort of consume my F1 knowledge like I would consume pop culture, I guess. But I think it was like either the diffusers. It's like the little like cool exhaust looking thing at the back, right? It's just a big cylindrical thing in the back by the rear wing. It looks like a turbo could come out of it.
Yeah.
I've read people talking about that it differs from the Aston Martin one. That's where the big like contention point is about that little technical aspect. But I mean, I'll read the comments, I'll read the articles, and I won't have any clue what's going on. So
no, yeah. But you will try to inform everyone, of course. You must.
I will inform everybody that there is a cylindrical thing in the back of both cars, and there's conversations going on about their differences and which one might be better.
I think that might be the exhaust.
I mean, it very well could be, you know?
Yeah. Cylindrical thing in the back kind of sounds like an exhaust. I'm
the furthest person. Hey, listen. If you came here for F1 technical talk, you turn to Nico. This guy's no engineer, but he understands that kind of thing. For me, I'm just here for the memes, bro. I'm just here for the memes and Christian Horner paying $5,000 to take a Mercedes factory tour.
Yeah.
That's about it. Once the GP starts, hell yeah, I'll talk about, you know, who messed up here, who messed up there, who looked good driving this or that, blah blah blah. But as soon as it gets technical, I'm lost.
Yeah, that's fair.
But then bringing it back to the McLaren car, I had seen another comparison with the Aston Martin, and I noticed that the wheels in the Aston Martin are a little bit further back. Like when you take an aerial shot of the two cars and you split them in half and put them together, the front wheels of the Aston Martin are a little bit further back than the McLarens. McLarens are a little bit more pushed forward.
Oh, that's actually pretty interesting.
Yeah, it was an interesting an interesting difference. And then I also think, just based on what it looked like, the McLaren front nose isn't raised as high as the Aston Martin.
Yeah.
So it does go a little bit lower. Which again, it's just cool to see the different building philosophies of each team, right? Because
I wonder how that's gonna like affect out the aerodynamics. Like, do you know how it compares to like the Haas or Red Bulls front wings?
Look, you're asking me about the aerodynamics of the cars. I'll tell you, they all look like arrows, and they look like they cut through air like butter.
Yeah, that's true.
But which one is the sharper knife? I can't tell you.
I'm not
sure yet. I'll find out in Bahrain and in Spain.
Yeah, Bahrain's the first race, eh?
Well, not the first race. It's as far as I know, it's the first. What do you call it? The first testing period.
Fair, right, fair.
Yeah, so Bahrain is first, and then Spain. I might have it mixed up.
We will get back to you.
No, it's Sakir. So yeah, so the first one is Bahrain.
Yeah.
Then it's Barcelona.
Yeah.
But then Bahrain, you are right that it's also the first
track
Grand Prix.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That was a complete guess, but yes, I did know this.
I mean, I think Bahrain has always been the first one for a while. Funny enough, though, Saudi Arabia is going to be the second Grand Prix the following week. So
that's a skippable race.
No, we can't skip it. We need to give it to the people. We need to watch the Grand Prix.
I know.
And give the people our review.
Yeah, if it's anything like last time's, it's going to be a very hard race to watch.
Well, I mean, it's cool because it's a fast street circuit, but you're right.
Yeah.
It's very tight and narrow.
I think that's where the mistake is. I think they want to combine, the Temple of Speed with Monaco, and it's just two very different types of tracks. Like if Saudi Arabia was a bit slower, I think it would be better. Or if it was a bit wider, like the roads, I think it would be better. But I think the fact it's so fast and yet so narrow, it makes it kind of unwatchable. At least that was my impression the first time.
Well, let's give it a shot for this season, because I know one of the big things about why the regulations changed was just because of the dominance of a few teams, but also there wasn't a lot of close racing just due to the dirty air. Maybe with these new regs, and they're supposed to be able to race a lot closer to each other, if each team sort of narrows that bridge down and they're able to get close, maybe we'll see some actual decent overtakes. We could see some decent racing in that track.
That's what I'm hoping. I mean, I'd love
being optimistic, but
I truthfully love to be wrong about my criticisms, especially with the Saudi Arabia track. If it's actually really good, I will say it's really good. I have no horse in the race on whether Saudi Arabia is a good track or not. It was just my observations from the last race.
Yeah. No, that's fair. That's fair. And then I know that the next livery reveals are going to be, well, by next week we'll definitely know Ferrari and Mercedes. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure Alpine as well.
Hopefully. Alpine is rumored to be pink this year. Pink and blue.
Yeah, I saw that BWT is partnered with them now.
Yes.
So And actually, that's kind of the reason why Seb went back to his classic helmet, just because he's not an ambassador for BWT anymore.
Yeah.
I guess they left Aston Martin and moved on to
Yeah, because
Alpine.
my understanding is they were disappointed with the amount of pink or yeah, like that BWT pink.
So
So
Aston Martin was disappointed with the pink.
better water technology was.
It's their pink though. Why would they be disappointed with their pink?
No, they were disappointed with the lack of their pink on the cars.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
Ew, can you imagine the Aston Martin with that BWT pink? Oh
No,
god.
pink and blue, pink and green isn't that great of a mix. Pink and what's it called? Pink and blue is because
Pink, blue, black.
no, because yeah, but like a
It's
red
like the
blue.
Ice Climbers in Super Smash.
It is like the Ice Climbers in Super Smash, and everyone hates the Ice Climbers in Super Smash.
So you're saying everyone's gonna hate Alpine? So who's gonna be the pink ice climber between Fernando and Ocon?
Oh,
I mean, hey, pink and blue. We're not saying pink does not mean girl or anything like that. Guys can wear pink, girls can wear blue. It's not trying to make it gendered here. I'm just saying if you had Super Smash Bros, you had your ice climbers with Alonso and Ocon. Who'd be who? Who'd be the pink one? Who'd be the blue?
Ocon has to be blue because I can't see him in pink, but I can definitely see Alonso in like a red or a pink.
You can see Alonso rocking the pink?
Absolutely.
You think we're going to see Alpine rocking the pink?
Oh, 100%.
You think it'll look good?
Yeah, I think it's actually going to look really nice. I think that's a great color combination.
Okay. Yeah, well, we'll have to see. I know the Racing Point, when it was pink, I thought it was cool. I thought the pink car was cool.
Yeah.
I think it's cool if it's predominantly pink. Well, I'll have to see how I feel about pink streaks on an F1 car.
I think pink streaks on blue is going to look really nice.
Hopefully. Hey, if it looks like the McLaren, because I thought the McLaren livery, which I don't think we spoke too much about the livery itself, more so the car, but the if it's like the McLaren livery, I think it would look good because McLaren kind of took their Golf like one-off livery from Monaco. I think that's kind of where they got the inspiration from, but they didn't go all the way with it. Which I know I saw some people online, they were a little bit disappointed that it didn't mimic that Golf livery a little bit more. But if it looks like that, I'd like it. I think I could get behind it.
Yeah.
And then Ferrari will be really cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that one. I mean, I can make a bet that it's going to be red, but how else it's going to look like, it'll be interesting to see. I feel like they're going to have some black in it. I don't know if you saw they revealed the polos with Leclerc and Sainz. Did you see those?
No, I hadn't.
So a lot of people started photoshopping them and like making memes because they look like McDonald's workers with the red and black. But it looked cool though. I think if the Ferrari adds a little bit of black to the livery, I think it would look cool. But we'll know in a couple of days, and then we know that Mercedes is going back to their gray, their silver arrows color.
Yeah, no, I'm actually hoping that Mercedes is going to be better. The Mercedes colors are going to be better because, quite frankly, their cars have been quite boring. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, I know you've never really been a huge fan of the Mercedes liveries. I thought some of them have looked cool. I like the black ones because it made them look a little bit evil. They reminded me a bit of Darth Vader.
That's one of the reasons I hadn't liked them in the last season because, it reminded me of Darth Vader and, them being evil. It really didn't help their image.
Well, I liked it because Darth Vader is cool, even if he is evil. And he's got cool powers.
He does have cool powers.
But then, we'll see. It might not exactly be like the old Silver Arrow colors. It could be a little bit different. So I'm kind of holding off for that just to see what it looks like because I have seen pictures of George in the in the black race suit. So I mean, they probably haven't given him the new one just because they don't want to reveal it yet or anything like that. But we haven't seen if it's going to look any different. I know the like the McLaren jumpers, for example, they changed them up a bit, so it's less orange and
more bluish?
And more black now.
Oh,
it's black. It's black and orange. It actually looks really cool.
Yeah.
But I'm still kind of getting used to it. I like their old like blue and papaya colored.
Their blue and papaya was
racetrack. So
one of the nicer ones.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But yeah, it's gonna be exciting, and I'm really glad that it's all starting to come out now. We're starting to see the cars, the new liveries. Mm-hmm. It does feel like the new season is going to be right around the corner. So I'm excited for that. Hopefully everybody's also excited for the new season, especially the preseason testing. That's going to be exciting.
No, yeah, absolutely.
See who's really got it. See Aston Martin really take the reins.
Yeah. I bet you one of the teams is going to pull something like during testing, not push the car 100%, just so during the first race they can just come out of surprise.
Well, you know of sandbagging, right?
No, in F1.
So, well, okay. I mean, like, it's a term that goes on around it's pretty common, but I guess we don't necessarily, and for you and me, we haven't really watched preseason too much or with as much focus as this year, given the fact that we got the podcast and it's an exciting new season, at least for me. So I'm really diving into it.
Yeah.
But essentially, it's the whole concept of you run your car with more fuel so that it's heavier, right?
True.
And it obviously will pose slower times so that you think it's not going to be as fast. And then when it really matters and you remove a lot of that fuel and it's more race ready, then it can actually show its true pace. Yeah. I know Mercedes is really well known for sandbagging a lot, especially in free practices and I think in preseasons as well. But no, it's like you said, like you're right. Maybe one of the teams isn't gonna. It seems like the right strategic move, to be honest, for them to do that.
I think Haas might might sandbag the entire year. If they don't do bad, it's just they're sandbagging the entire year.
No, okay, yeah, they're just waiting for next. Maybe that's what they were doing this year.
I think that was what they were doing last year. Yeah, they were just sandbagging their car until this year.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
True. Well, I mean, we will have to see, but it's still gonna be really cool, I think. And I mean, we'll obviously give our review on that weekend, what we think of the preseason testing, who we think is really going to be able to be competitive in the season, and who might not be.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's not Aston Martin.
Hopefully it's not Aston Martin either.
But okay, so let's just move down to the cool down lap, I guess. And this was sort of going back to the beginning when you were talking about Microsoft or Google buying teams, right?
Yeah.
I kind of want to pose a question to you, and by association pose a question to the rest of the audience as well, so you guys can let us know what you think by writing a comment down or sending us an email at aroundthepaddockpodcast@gmail.com. But anyways, here's the question to you, Nico, and to everybody else. But which engine manufacturer or new team would you like to see? So maybe like an engine manufacturer and a title partner duo, kind of like Oracle and Red Bull.
Yeah.
Or Red Bull Honda, I guess, or whatever they are now, because I don't even know what's going on with them. But anyways.
Yeah. I'll break this down into two parts. So as for what like new engine manufacturer I would love to see, I think it's kind of obvious, but BMW, I think they would be a fantastic engine provider and engine manufacturer to actually come into the sport. Honda, with whatever is happening over there, I don't think anyone really knows. I think those two are the two engine manufacturers, and of course Red Bull. Red Bull coming in with their new engine. Mostly, I'm just saying this so that you have more competition for the cars, because I feel like everything is just Ferrari engine or a Mercedes engine, and then no one uses a Renault engine ever.
Yeah, I know.
But new teams. Now, here's where I actually have more of an opinion. Honestly, I'm surprised big tech companies haven't come into the sport, because it's not like they don't have the money for, for that. I mean, Microsoft just bought Activision for God knows how much money. I think it was $68 billion, and I'm sure they, even with a little bit of that money, they could have afforded to buy an F1 team.
Oh,
and
for sure. They can afford the buy-in.
yeah, I don't even think they need to buy like an existing team. I think they can just come in as a brand new team, and like the amount of like data that they could develop from the cars would, I think, just be massive, especially for like self-driving cars, to be able to design and race cars at such a limit that need to have all this telemetry, for them to be able to do like proper data analytics and like come up with like real proper ways of like doing self-driving cars. Like, I'm surprised it hasn't happened already.
Okay, see, so you're telling me all of this, and all I can picture is a meta racing team, right?
Yeah.
Where the driver, he's not even in the cockpit. He's racing in the metaverse, and the car is driving itself based on the driver racing in the metaverse. That's the image that you're putting in my head with your big tech company teams.
Yeah, no, I think that's it. That's exactly it.
Okay, but then, so specifically, like break it down a little bit. Like you want more tech companies to be there, but which one would you think, would you personally want to see? I don't think you want to see a Facebook racing or like Meta racing.
I don't want to see Meta racing personally, but I would take a Google racing or Microsoft racing.
Like Microsoft, and then partner with who? With BMW, Microsoft, BMW.
I could see Microsoft.
I think the old Williams were Hewlett Packard and BMW powered. So
yeah. I mean, I know. At least I think that McLaren is Dell powered to a large degree. Yeah.
So
but I do understand, like, it would be easier for like this to be in Formula E for like a lot of these companies, because it's electric cars.
Just pretend, just Formula One. But
the reason I
Formula
say
E didn't exist in this scenario.
No, I'm actually going to say this knowing Formula E exists. I still think there's a lot of like development that could come from big companies doing that much data analytics with all the telemetry from F1 cars. Like, if you can do proper like avoidance or like optimizations on like a gas powered car, I can imagine that you could translate a lot of that, if not some of it, to like electric cars, or to doing like big digital twins for like cities.
Okay, see, you have a lot more a deeper dive in your thoughts about why you want this and stuff, because what I was thinking was I wanted to see Porsche as the engine manufacturer.
Yeah.
And maybe be tied up with a company like Spotify. So just like a Spotify Porsche,
Yeah.
black and green livery.
That'd be a nice livery.
I wasn't thinking about the data implications and the ability to make self-driving vehicles and improve on safety measures. I was just kind of thinking of, what looks kind of cool. I do like black and green.
Black and green
is a really good color combination.
I think you just like green, in fairness.
I do like green. Well, I mean, green is my favorite color, but the black and green just kind of reminds me like black, green, and white. Like I think of Ben 10. You know how like the Omnitrix is black and green, and then so like that. That's the kind of vibe. I see.
You're a true watermelon. You know why? You have a green exterior, but in heart, you're a Ferrari fan.
I'm a watermelon.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Deep down, even if I'm cheering for Aston Martin, I'm cheering for Ferrari.
Exactly.
I got you, Ferrari boys.
Mm-hmm.
But no, that's I think at least that's what I want to see. I know Porsche is thinking of coming back as an engine manufacturer, so that's cool.
I'm hoping they come back as a team, man.
That's what I'm saying, right? Like, I want to see an extra team, and it'd be cool to see like a new engine manufacturer have their own team.
Yeah.
Porsche could be really cool. Ford has a lot of money. Like, they can hop on there. Like, they have no issues. I know they've failed before in the past, but
but Ford is one of the most successful engine manufacturers in F1 history, for example. I'm sure they
exactly. It's just as good a reason to get back on the saddle.
Yeah, no, I think it would be cool to see Ford, like a Ford car in F1. I think it'd be awesome. That, or like GM.
Yeah, I can see that.
No, yeah. Or
Yeah.
if anything, for a gentleman's team, a Rolls Royce.
Ooh. Actually, okay. Well, I already kind of see Aston Martin as being the gentleman's team, just because it's like the James Bond car. It's classy.
Yeah.
But a Rolls Royce team, that would be really cool.
Yeah.
A Rolls Royce with Crypto.com as their main title partner.
It's the classiest of cars.
Yeah.
Instead of drink, it's just champagne.
That's what they give their drivers when they're riding around.
Yeah, when their driver wants to get off, there's a little like button and an umbrella comes out. So when it's especially hot or rainy, you just press that umbrella.
Nice. That's one less employee that they'd have to pay then.
Exactly. Also, shouts out to Gunther. If you ever needed someone to hold an umbrella for you, you should hit me up.
Yeah, I would piggyback that up too. I'll be your umbrella holder.
Thank you.
As long as you join. Well, not you. I'm just saying. Like I'll be the not you. Yeah.
I thought you were gonna hold my umbrella while I hold Gunther's.
You need to be able to get into the. Okay, yeah. If you can get into the paddock that way, I'll hold your umbrella and you hold Gunther's.
Yeah.
But you're not in the paddock in the F1 paddock yet. We're just around the paddock, right?
That's true.
We're not in the paddock. Not yet.
Not
yet.
Soon.
Wait till Montreal.
Yeah.
We'll be in there.
We'll break into the paddock. That's a joke.
All right. So, I mean, before we go, there's a segment that we want to try to bring about every week, if we can. The shunt of the week.
Yeah.
Where we might discuss, what we think was the biggest mistake from what we saw, I guess, because we can't be on top of everything 24/7.
Yeah.
The internet moves way too fast.
Absolutely. So shunt of the week, but with the liveries.
Well, yeah, my shunt of the week has to do with the liveries. I don't know if you have one yourself, but I can say mine.
Okay.
So mine was Haas and Red Bull. I know it's a pretty tame shunt of the week for the very first one, but the fact that Aston Martin and McLaren had cars ready to roll out and show, and yeah, I know you might not want to give everything away. I get it. It's not the start of the season yet. But I mean, Aston Martin and McLaren could be doing the same thing, right? So just give us a car.
Yeah.
Give the people the car to see. That's my shunt of the week.
That's your shunt. My shunt of the week is a rumor shunt of the week, and it's with Williams.
Go for it.
Williams apparently is having massive slowdowns with their car, and hopefully they will have their car ready.
Oh man. Oh, do you remember when they couldn't get their car set up in time for the preseason?
Yes, I do.
Now that would have been a shunt of the week.
That would have
been the shunt of the week, I think.
Yeah. Now, maybe a second time? Who knows?
Do you think that's the case? I feel like Williams is a bit more organized now, but
I think Williams is much more organized. I don't think they'd let it happen.
But yeah, if that's the case, if the rumors do turn out to be true, then yeah, 100% shunt of the week for that.
Yeah, no.
All right, well, hey, that's about kind of all the time we have for this first episode. Just want to give a shout out to everybody that's listening in. If you have any kind of feedback that you want to give to try to make this show better, because we want to keep improving every week, feel free to leave a comment down. Again, you can send us an email to aroundthepaddockpodcast@gmail.com. Nico, I don't know if there's anything you want to drop, any last thing you want to say before we take off?
Yeah. Send us pics of your animals in F1 merch. And if you don't have F1 merch, go buy a Red Bull can and put it near your animal.
Yeah, so, I mean, Nico really wants to see pictures of your pets. So send him pictures of your pets. Send it to the Gmail. We'll give them a shout out at the end of each week. And then and once we get video going, we'll be able to put it up on the screen too, so you guys can all join in admiring the cuteness of animals wrapped in F1 merch.
Yeah. Have a segment entirely dedicated for the video audience. The poor audio are just going to be like, oh, wonderful.
We'll improve our skills of describing the pictures in front of us.
Yeah.
Anyways, thanks everybody for listening in. Nico, I will talk to you later. We'll see you guys next week.
Talk to you guys later. Bye.